I don't think we need to do it again. I think we just need to fucking bring it down a couple notches.
What the fuck are you doing?
Action.
My phone has like 3% on it, so you won't see me jumping on it.
I fucking forgot what episode this is.
It's the 5th.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's raining.
Hey, what up,
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Welcome
It's
to
our 5th episode.
Yeah. Sorry,
Today?
I kind of look like the elephant man.
No, I'm just joking with you. Ready to start?
Yeah.
Wait, it's not even swollen anymore.
No. Oh, you never know. It feels swollen.
It's not swollen.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that shit was fucking big, fool. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Like your eye was like almost like.
You know,
I know.
I think it was like popped out and you're walking around. That'd be cool.
They were all looking at me on the first day of work. All the new people were like, "What's up, dog? Nice to meet y'all."
Well, yeah, half of your mouth didn't move and shit. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're gonna hear you eating. That's true. Yo, what's up, everybody? Here we are, 5th episode of the podcast, and I don't know how many are actually on YouTube, but you can see the theme of today, Halloween. And it doesn't mean that per se that we're going to talk about Halloween, but we are going to talk to you about theme things. Because one of the things that we're learning over the past 2 weeks is that the theme really captures the essence of like the month, the season, the individual, and we get a great opportunity. Like if you've been following our Instagram to see Nene and her recent Halloween or dark, what do you call it?
Horror?
Gore, like a lot darker, but not nothing that's too crazy, but I think if you got an opportunity to see the post that we had, like a pumpkin man versus her, and she had her big stand against the pumpkin man, and the pumpkin man, who knows what it symbolizes. But to us, we're just talking about themes. And right now, with everything that you can see here, it might seem minimalistic, like a couple of Dollar Tree signs and a couple of ghouls on the ceilings, and that you can't really see their face. But the point is that little things like this can set an ambiance for a photo shoot and for everything that we've been doing, because we choose not to give up. And we choose to say, even with a small budget, you can do something that seems pretty darn cool. Because if you look at the photos, some of these photos that we did this past week were pretty awesome. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking to myself, this is crazy. Like, we're really opening up the spectrum of what the girls are looking to do. And we're getting to see their personalities blossom. And maybe blossom's not the right word for Nene, but she's definitely getting to explore some avenues of life that she really has been yearning to explore, and that is like to be able to be expressive and again, not to be counterintuitive, but everybody has their own expression for themselves. So here we are again, Halloween here, and probably about 15 to 20 something days.
Yeah.
By the time you see this post, we could be a lot closer. But again, Frankie's muscling out 3 different things besides work, besides the girls, besides Stephanie being a husband, and whatever else he does, he still is somehow managing to edit videos in their entirety, no matter how long they are. So I promised him we wouldn't be here too long, but I thought that it would be a good idea for us 3 to meet this time, because it's more important that we keep the consistency and the stride going, because not always everybody's going to be able to travel to our house and to the podcast to be able to sit down with us. And even though we have more than a couple people lined up, it's all about the timing of everything. So again, perfect timing right now, just us 3 here, just sharing our presence and then kind of going through a couple of the things that are going to be coming up for us. So, oh, excuse me, I burped. Might want to cut that out. But again, so if you do get an opportunity to catch this podcast before some of these events come, and again, I'm talking about like there's lowrider events that are coming up. There are events that you guys are co-hosting coming up. There's some events that you guys are planning, and there's some venues that we're seeking or searching for to be able to have, that we want to have coming up. And there's a lot of different things coming around this season, especially with Thanksgiving coming up, with Christmas coming up, New Year's coming up. Usually the lowriders get put away, and a lot more of the import trucking and all of those scenes starts to come out, because again, It's all about the seasons, all about the themes, and everybody has their own perspective season. So is there anything that we're thinking are the big things that we want to make sure that we're talking about? And then we got to keep in mind that if you don't post by Friday, it's no point in talking about Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it was probably go up after the fact. But what an amazing show on Sunday! It was a good turnout, good crowd.
Right?
Yeah,
Future populate the fucking whole event and make it all up. Like,
yeah, it should have been there. Should have been there.
yeah. So today is, before we lie to you, October 9th. So we have events for the 11th, is it?
The 12th.
The 12th.
12th. We have events for the 18th
And the 25th.
and the 25th. So that's every weekend for the remaining of the month. Then we have an event for the first weekend of November. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yes, we do.
And then when is, I think it's,
November 2nd, I believe.
I think it is.
Is
is
what?
The Day of the Dead.
Yeah, the Day of the
Oh,
Dead.
Yeah.
I forgot about
We
that.
got
It's okay,
invited
yeah.
to an event.
And then I think the third week you have, is that Vegas? Or is Vegas in
Yeah.
November? Third week? Fourth week?
No, that's
Vegas is in
October.
October. Fourth week?
Trying to swing it. We'll see what happens.
So
I'm-
impressed.
I'm still
You brought the
excited.
whole rep down. Just trying to see if I can go.
I'm trying to make it happen.
I mean,
Good.
the room is already booked, so it's not like he's trying. He is
Convincing
just-
himself or what?
Yeah,
he's not fully convinced.
got a lot of stuff going on,
Well,
you know. And as you know, at work, just acquiring a new dealership is a whole task in itself. So it's
Ani has a chair competition
Yeah.
the same weekend.
and Ani does have a cheer competition on the same weekend.
well, you know, the kids are very young and you are not as young. So I would
Oh
encourage you.
dang! I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah, go to all these events that you can, bro. While you
My
still
back beat's
can.
still hurting now. Yep.
Get out there to Vegas, bro. Stretch your ponies. So it looks like I'm gonna be carrying this entire podcast, guys. Because I got nothing from them.
Yeah, nothing.
Wait, what do you mean?
So
You got something to talk about? Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Well,
she
you
does.
brought
She
up-
got something on her heart.
We brought up the events. I thought we were going to talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean-
so what is the Halloween event? That's the 25th.
Well, all of them are like Halloween based. The one coming up on the 12th is the Sunday Overdrive, which they hosted an event, I think, last month at the True Customs shop.
in
That-
National City.
Yeah, it was a good event. Super crowded, but a great
Parking
turnout.
sucked,
It
Yeah,
did.
cops had to come and tell people to move. But
me included. But I think that that's just gonna be anywhere you go nowadays.
Yeah.
in San
well,
Diego.
they actually said that this time they worked more closely with the police of National City and let them know they're actually having an event. And I think they didn't think it was going to be that big. And for the very first one, like, everybody showed up and showed out, so it caught them off guard. And now, you know, we reached out to them. They said they actually talked to the public library that's across the street of using their parking, as well as, you know, letting the police know they were having another event, and not so much getting permits, but requesting their permission to be, you know, where they want to be as far as parking wise and in the alley with the vendors and things
Yeah.
of that nature. And I believe they
It
said
is
that
so
they got
hard to
the
put an
okay.
event, yeah,
Oh yeah, and that
especially
that
in a
little
national
spot.
city.
And it's like a bunch of different businesses, and then I think like on the side of the alley there's like apartments or something. So, I mean, they were very.
That's a lot of times why the import guys have events that are like at after 9 o'clock, so businesses have closed, and then they'll kind of just highlight one business that still stays open for an extra hour or so. Usually like boba places and stuff like that. It's like, what else are you gonna do? Because
Yeah.
it's like if you're at or most cars and coffees are before businesses open, so they're usually like before 9 o'clock. But again, I haven't seen many last through the ages. I know that there often was events. I prefer not to just be specific, but I think we all know about car meets that have been ongoing for months, even sometimes I don't want to say it, but years, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like new generation come in and they kind of blow the spot, and it's like you don't get to use that spot no more. So it's very difficult for you to be able to say, oh, you know what, this would be a great spot. Like, because I think that who is it? I go to their meets every now and then. Before it was Cars and Conchas. Who are they now? You remember?
Oh no, they did change their name again though. I forget what it is. But yeah, they did change their, because they were Cars and Elotes, and then they
No, Cars and Conchas.
Yeah.
And then he changed the name to SD something. I'll look it up.
Oh, SD Car Meets, I think it.
No.
No?
It's I'm only gonna look it up.
What you guys are talking about, but I feel there's like this group that I'm in. They're talking about like different events. They'll post like different flyers for different events that are happening like throughout the months, and they're actually trying to control certain situations, like, because I know a lot of them are like starting to use J Street because of the parking space.
Yeah.
And they basically just say like, hey, if you're a club or like you're not part of a club, is going to come out to our event, like, and we find that you're like burning out or like revving or whatever, like they're going to kindly ask you to leave, because now there's like limited like places where you can go and have these meets. And especially the one that's on the 18th, it's more of a kid-friendly type event. So and it's nighttime, like 7:30, I think. So they're trying to make sure that cars aren't just coming in and out, like going fast, because the kids will be going, like, I think they're trying to do like booth to booth, passing out like candy and stuff.
It's called South Bay. South Bay
Mobs?
SD.
Oh,
yeah.
South Bay BAE. South Bay .SD, I think, for on Instagram. But again, there used to be, I believe, Cars and Conchas, and they used to hold their event at 85 Degree Bakery and Kearney Mesa, Claremont Mesa. And then that one got pretty much shut down more frequently, or they got a lot of people that were doing burnouts or peeling out or trying to leave when they were leaving, trying to leave aggressively. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And then essentially, I remember that it converted from that 85 Degree Bakery to the one in National City. Now, that could have been because of location. But again, the first location when we were there used to get really packed.
Yeah.
And then,
I feel like the morning ones bring in a different crowd, like an older crowd, I should say.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the Sunday Overdrive, I believe it was their first one, but, they had cars inside the shop, but I felt like they focused more on actual car builders. Like, the cars inside the shop were actually, like, built cars. It wasn't just, like, 2024 with LED lights and rims. Like, they were, like, fully built cars. Like, they had some of the Fast and the Furious cars there. They had
I left early because I went to work.
a little hatchie that looked like Hector's hatchie.
Nice.
With a fully built all chrome motor and a little Honda hatchback. It was nice. They had some nice cars out there.
I think they're trying to mix it, because if I'm not mistaken, they're having this event on Sunday and 2 more events. Like, Shirley posted the dates. But each event they're trying to have different cars, so it's not just appealing to one like crowd or the other. And they also have a chat that's going on. People give different feedback on what they're wanting to see inside the actual like showroom, I guess. And the permits was one of them, and
just put all the vendors inside and make all the cars park outside.
just keeping it like friendly. Mind
Be
you,
like a swap meet inside.
we
there.
weren't even like really even invited to that event. Like, we were invited by a vendor who just wanted to use the models Mara for her brand, and it turned out to be good, because then they ended up like specifically inviting us.
Yeah, big shout out Mara.
Yeah.
Always.
She's always
Mara's munchies.
Yeah,
always supporting.
I'm surprised we don't have any candy of her, do we?
no, we ate them all.
We're about to re-up on Sunday.
But no, like, thankfully she invited us, and then from there we connected well with I think her name's like Denora. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but she's the one that actually does the events for True Customs.
Yeah.
Stitch 5.0, I think, is her Instagram name.
Yeah. So she's in their little group chats they have. There's actually, it seems like there's people coming in from far away.
Nice. What's for?
To
Like just different counties?
I seen somebody wrote that they were driving 3 hours to come to the event.
Dang.
But I feel like
So-
they're very supportive of each other. Like everybody's always reposting. Like
There's a lot of
everybody's
trucks.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No
even-
dirt, just trucks. It was crazy.
even the trucks too. Like
Yeah, no, it was a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
They came deep.
Yeah, they did.
they're actually doing the next event October 8th. I think it's like cars versus trucks. I think it's like Selfie Mob, if I'm not mistaken, and like another club that are like mainly hosting it. But I feel like it's a different world, like very different. But they're all very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not cheap to build a truck. It's not cheap to build anything, but definitely not cheap to build a truck.
Yeah, it's not.
It's already not cheap enough. It's not cheap to even buy one and shit.
I feel like doing it for so long because, you know, we've been in multiple different car communities and been to multiple shows and meets, from takeovers to, you know, full blown, you know.
I've never been to a
show
takeover.
car. Oh, no? Oh, well.
That's
I
a
have.
great show.
And I feel.
It's a great show.
No, like not the takeover show.
Oh,
but like
no, the takeover is different.
Where
The
kids are
rider stuff,
spinning
yeah.
in the streets and shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's wild.
I feel like
Too old for that.
I
shit,
mean,
bro. I want to.
I give it up to the imports and you know the truck clubs and stuff. Like they're seeming to get more of a community vibe going on now. Where, you know, before it was like they would just host a meet and act wild. Like now they're trying to actually get something together with vendors and locations, and you know, I think they're starting to realize that the places are becoming more sacred with being able to meet at location.
I think it's definitely more scarce availability or accessibility for us to be able to have events that some of the greats, like, so the people that I think that put on good shows no matter what time they call it, like Rex One, and I always shout him out because he's always so welcoming and he's always so inviting, and he makes the aura and the essence of the show very clean, and it's like family oriented. There's nobody burning out. The only person you hear revving is somebody whose motor is about to flip and shut off if he's not gassing it because he's just like cammed out or he's like on turbo setup. And it's like literally he's pumping the gas so that he can park. That's it. But it's not like somebody who's just being obnoxious.
Doing it intentionally.
Yeah. And it's so cool that that's the respect that he demands. And it's not like he's literally using his words to demand that respect. He literally demands that respect because it's like, it's how awesome he treats you as a person that you're like, oh, I would never want to ruin what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and then on the lowrider side, you have that too. And it's like, and I'm sure now we can see, like, even at that trucking event, like nobody was doing anything dumb. I consider it a trucking event because I seen 80% were trucks, in my opinion. Even like the lowrider trucks that they had outweighed the lowrider cars that we had.
Yeah.
You know, even if it was only 4, then that means there was only 2 flipping lowriders, let's say, if there was. And I think that was just you.
Yeah, it was just me. Last minute.
And so, and I seen like for sure, like 2 streets, the front of the whole building, all trucks, and then imports and Mopar and stuff like that off to where the library, I guess, is.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool because it was like, not that they were separated, but just because there was nowhere to park.
Yeah.
So they just kind of got creative and they were just parked everywhere. But again, it was respect for the spot. Maybe it was because we were right on top of the National City Police Department. But I think a bigger portion of it was that we knew, everybody kind of subconsciously knew, as you're driving in, if you want to be an idiot, you're going to totally burn the spot for everybody. And there are so many people that...
Yeah, there was a bunch of people up there.
So, you know,
it would have gone very well.
it really would enough.
I feel like people are being more cautious now too because we all want to go out and have fun and do things, and it's harder now because there's no spots.
There's no spots to, number one, go out, and then there's no spots where you can go out and have a good chill vibe doing what you actually like to do, which is, like, for all of us, like cars.
Without the cops having to come and like shut it down.
Yeah,
and, like,
you hear the little sirens and you're like, damn, man, this sucks.
I've only
just
been
got
here like
here. Just got here.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
So, like, it's bad because it's like those are the ideal opportunities to meet a lot of these big car builders or dudes that are garage builders that people know so well that, you know, pull up to show out.
Yeah.
And it's like you try to meet them and be like, you know, ask them questions about how they do whatever. Yeah. And then, one stupid's like peeling out, crashes, and the cops come and everybody's like gone, and you're like, dang it.
You never even met that person.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's true. I absolutely agree. And plus, also for the JDM guys and the import guys, one of the big things for us with networking is because parts are so scarce that sometimes these meet offer us an opportunity to run into somebody who has the same car as us, who has parts. I'll give you a great example. I have an S2000, and parts are like expensive if you're looking for the wrong part or the right part at the wrong time, because it's like, I'll give you a great example. When I had my Regimasters, I held steady at like over $3,000 with shot tires, and everybody was like, why, no. And then I went down to, I think during the market where it was like, I put them for like 2,800 and sold them like lickety split. And I didn't even have to, because I had them in my garage. Had them on Facebook for like a year. But again, the point that I bring it up is because, again, they're so scarce, they're so rare. The S2000 spec or the OG spec wheels, that I'm like, okay, cool, I know what I have, and I can just leave them there in my garage and be okay with it. It's like with lowriding, and you have flipping OG like Dayton's, and like you know what you got, and you're like, oh, just hang on to them. And you're like, damn, you got 3 sets of wheels. Like, that's like what I tell Rex all the time. I was like, bro, your garage is beautiful, because he has a nice little setup with like different stuff. But again, if you would realize that he's been doing it for 20 plus years, saving stuff, deciding not to give. Dado's like that too. It's like another buddy of mine. He's like Up Next Motorsports. It's like he has like a garage full of crap, a shop full of crap, a house full of crap, and it's like you look at it and actually you're like, oh shit, like. You see gold here, you see silver here, you see bronze here, you see copper here, you see all kinds of value, because he tells me all the time, like, oh, I got the investments, it's investments. But it's true, because again, the lowrider dudes, I have my hydraulic setup sitting inside of my garage right now. And at the end of the day, like at any moment, I could easily turn around and sell it, and I'll have that money in my hand today if I decided to. And it's like entire full setup, all chrome undies, everything. And it's like, I know. So it's like the same aspect is that once you shut those avenues down for us to network, then it's an opportunity that I don't have. It might seem stupid, but it's an opportunity that I don't have, that somebody looks at my build and says, hey, you know what? I was where you were at. I have an extra strut bar if you want it. Because I've gotten parts like that. I don't know if you have, but I've gotten parts like that where people will tell me, hey, you know what? I have a carb legal header, or I have an intake for you, or I have some visors extra at my house if you want them. And again, same thing with like Dado, same thing. You always do that with me. And then at the same time, when I have stuff and I'm getting rid of it, I'll just be like, bro, just give me whatever, like give me this or give me that. And it's definitely not what I'm trying to charge anybody else, because again, it's the networking that we've built, like the community that we've built. And when we don't go to those car meets, that's 100 people that I might not have the opportunity to network with and to build that community relationship with, to be able to say, for them to say or vouch for me and say, oh no, his parts are good. Or whenever he sells like suspension, I mean the worst part to buy, right? Suspension, because you don't know if it's actually blown or not, because again, you're not going to really be able to tell all the time with some of these coilover setups. So I always say to people, I was like, like I look at their rating, I look at a lot of different things when I'm buying. I don't just look at the product as much as I want to see how much it'll rebound. And I know this is like repetitive, but again, I think that it sucks when we close down those avenues, because if you imagine, how many people have you met at lowrider events? How many people have we met at these car meets, or whatever you want to call them, shows? How many people have we met that have given us an avenue or an option or a route to take that we would not have had if we not have met them? Especially, like, I'll give another great example, Mara's Munchies. Like, when I was the first person to meet her, and literally I would go to her house, and not even go to her house. Before I met her one time, and then after that, I'm on Instagram, I remember, and I messaged her, and she's like, yeah. And then I came over, and she liked my car, and I always felt bad because my car is loud. I was like, it's got a single pipe Jay's Racing exhaust, so if anybody knows that exhaust is not quiet, and I have the cat on it, and it's still not quiet. So I'd always go to her house, pick up candy, and it's like I'm picking up candy, and then all of a sudden she gets bigger, then she gets more things, and she gets more things, and I started from the beginning. Like when she had few followers, and it's like just because she was making hot Cheeto balls or she was making the candy and we seen her at J Street, and then like actually I was like trying to introduce everybody to her because her candy was good. It was just like something different about it. But if we would have never had that networking, it would have never came full circle to where now she's doing a lot of big things. And we're on our step up, and like Frankie and Stephanie are on their step up, and she's all like, I remember you guys when how you guys treated me, like let me show you that same treatment, and let me always look out for you guys, let me take care of you guys.
Yeah, we actually have some collabs.
We wouldn't have been where we were at on that weekend that we keep talking about this show where it was like maxed out parking.
She was the one who was like, park here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, park here. I got you guys.
Yeah, like she even let us share half of her booth with us. Like, like how many people do you know that would do something like that?
Yeah. 100% I agree. And she does it all the time, and we do it for her relentlessly. Post her, repost her, and it seems so dumb. But my brother had this one post, and it might have gone on some people's edge, and it might have actually been like heartwarming for others. But he had this one post where he said, it costs you nothing to...
Costs you nothing to post support.
Yeah, to show support or post support on Instagram, to repost them. So now I have a habit of doing it too. And I think people think of it one of two ways. Either they're like, oh, what's this guy want? Or they're like, oh, dude, nobody does that. Yeah. And they should see it as the lighter of the two. Be humble and be like, you know what? Even if I only have 700 followers, that's 700 followers. Actually, sometimes we have mutual followers, but that's 700 followers you don't have.
Yeah, but the odds of it are very slim, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you try to look at it, max, on average, you have mutual followers like 40, 50. I mean, it's rare that you have like hundreds of the same exact followers.
Besides us.
Yeah, but
I'm like, I catch now, like we have a lot of mutual followers in common.
Yeah, you follow.
Yeah, but more times than not, like
I'm not following you. You're following us.
Who just posts with, you only have like.
Well, I think like now lately, like somebody will, let's say, who reposts us a lot, like Wamada, Cars and Cannabis.
Girl from the other East Coast.
Oh yeah, Stephanie.
She tags us and shit like that. That tagging and stuff like that is like.
Like the Me Estilo hoops, we did one picture with Kat wearing the hoops, and like she'll repost it, and then that's how we've been getting our followers. We went from having, I don't know, 400 back in like July. I think we're now at like 986 or something, almost 1,000. Because I was like, at 1,000, we're gonna do a giveaway, and like people will see that and then just keep reposting it, and that's how we've been generating a lot of our views, our new followers, everything.
Yeah, I will sponsor photos that I'm like, oh, that photo got to get out there, and they blow up. Like there's one of me and Jackie, and that shit blew up, and they got me like 30 to 40 followers from that post, and it was cost me like $25. I spent $25 on toilet paper for me and this fool at work and stuff. I mean, on shit, like, on nothing. And like, we're like going to 7-Eleven to go flipping, just take a walk and talk shit.
That's true.
I spent $25.
It's a hot 20 down the drain.
I haven't sponsored a photo yet, but I think about it all the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and then
it's weird, but
but
I do it for you guys. It's never been my own photo. Oh, it has, but it's Cali Active and me when I wear the sweater. I did that one, and I gained like 15, 20 followers. And I think to myself, like, you know what? I'm going to start doing it more. And then we start doing cool stuff. And then like all of a sudden now we're doing these photos with Nene, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I should have done a photo with her while she was like that, and it would have blew the fudge up. Like, I should have had when she was doing her blood shoot or the gore shoot, I could have been the pumpkin man, kind of like, whew, like anything, like even the shadow of the pumpkin would have been dope. And she had the right idea, because she was saying like, let's put the mask over here. But it's like, at the time we were like, you know what, we got limited amount of opportunity, and we're trying to make the best of the photos that we were working with. And she was like on a slip and slide. There was no stability in her
for real.
In her knees. Like, it was weird, bro. Like, because it's like, again, she's on paint, and nobody understands but her, because she was the one who had to live it. But now thinking back, I was like, oh, bro, if she would have just had the opposite side where she has the gun to the pumpkin, and then all of a sudden the pumpkin has her has the upper hand, and we would have reposted that like as a thing, as a 1 and a 2, it would have been and then sponsored it. That would have been great. And it's like the one with the Cali Active Angels on my S2000. That's another one.
Sorry.
You're good. You sponsor stuff like that, and it's like boom, it blows because everybody's like. I think we have like thousands of views instantly. Thousands.
It's crazy. Like,
yeah, the girls definitely get a lot of love.
yeah, they do. Kat, actually, one of her top pictures was the Mexican Independence Day picture. She got like 14,000 views. I don't even know, but she'll send them out to like all these like different companies, and they show love, support. They'll repost it. Like, it's crazy. But
and mind you, it might not sound like a shitload of views to all the haters out there, but we're humble people. So even if we get 1,000 views on a picture, like that means a lot to us because we just appreciate, people are looking at it. Even if you just looked at it to hate, like we still appreciate those little things because I think the little things are what keep you grounded and you don't forget, those things. Like I would much rather help somebody else or another company, another girl who wants to model. Whatever it may be, help them because in the long run, they could blow up and maybe they won't forget us and be like, man, I remember when you guys helped me when I was barely starting, and just like Mara and all these other people, like, come with me. Like, you never know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I feel like the Angels are like that. Like, they're so, like, they have a lot of opportunities to venture out, but they're comfortable with us. Like, we're their safe zone, and we always tell them, like, don't like cut back on those opportunities just because we can't be there for you guys, or with you guys, I should say. Go venture out, but we're their comfort zone, and that's fine. I mean, we're always here to support, and we'll travel if we can, but we do get a lot of views from like people that I'm not like friends with, I guess. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday asking if we're looking for new models or even a new angel. And I was like, well, being an angel is a commitment because all of the angels that we have right now have been committed since like July. Maybe they're not at every single event or they'll come late to an event, whatever, but they're pretty consistent. So I was like, to be an angel, it's going to take more than just you shooting one time with us. But I was like, come check us out because we might not even be somebody that you end up liking.
Yeah.
That's a good like, humble perspective to have.
You see the pictures and you think like, oh, I want to be a part of that team or whatever. I like what they do, but you might not mesh well with us. I mean, we might not be what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I know that I haven't said this much, but saying it right now because you're talking about that, I have a list, and I've told Frankie about this list of apparel that I want to make. And apparel that's not related to Cali Active Angels, just related to something that I have in the works, that I've had in the works for about a year. And I think that it makes a lot of sense to do that. And when that avenue opens up, then there'll be other avenues of more models that we'll be able to share. And because it might be a different brand and a different personality that we have to match you with. And that's what we're not in a rush to fill. It's not like we have a goal to have like 35 angels. It's like we literally never had it in our mind to have any angels. It was literally just something that it came to Stephanie. Somebody came in front of her and she was like, this is the person, I want her, and that was it. But again, it wasn't initially like that. It was like we wanted to make clothing. And Frankie wanted to make his clothing Cali Active, and it started off with the lowriders. And we've gone over this before in other podcasts, and the story stays the same because the truth stays the same. It was not something that we intended to do. So it's not like we have this big plan to have 35, and I don't know why I keep using that number, 35 angels. But without these networking possibilities, we would have no angels. So again, it's like very important that we say this over and over again. It's like really cool that we're able to be a part of these events that are coming up because we understand the importance and the magnitude. Even if only 13 people come and it's the 13 people that are flipping the vendors, and it doesn't matter because to us, that's how we met Mata. That's how we met the cannabis guy. That's how we met the taco truck guy. That's how we met a couple of these people where me and Frankie have the personality personality like that. People will always feel comfortable around us because I was gonna say we're salesmen, but but it's not that we're salesmen. We're just like flipping. We understand. Like it's like people want to have people want to feel like you give a shit that they're there.
That, and I feel like people like genuine like friendship. Not even a friendship. I wouldn't even say that. But
No,
just being genuine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that a lot. It's a lot of hate.
They want to be treated like just a fucking human being.
Yeah, not like a piece of ass. Like, we recently have the opportunity, because we haven't really like set it in stone yet, but for our upcoming like music video. Shout out to El Wapo Baby for
Wapo baby.
something that he sent us like a new release that he came out with, and the girls were like, yeah, like his music's dope, like we want to do it. And his concept isn't like a crazy concept where the girls are just like shaking their ass, because they had 100% said that they'll do it as long as they're not like nude shaking their ass. They're not a piece of meat, like. And they flat out said that if that's the case, like I don't want to be a part of it. But they watched the video and they're like, all right, that's cool. And it's true, because they get a lot of pervert comments. They get like a lot of stuff in their inboxes, and they're like, dude, like I do what I do because I like the exposure and I want to meet new people. But like at the same time, I'm not going to just take my clothes off for anybody because that's what they want to see. Like I'm still a mom at the end of the day. I'm still picking up my kid from school, like type thing. Like I don't want that shit like floating around the internet. Or for those that don't even have kids yet, they're like my future kids, like I don't want them to come back and be like, oh wow, my mom did that.
Yeah.
Shit, I know my kids are gonna say that about me.
Yeah, funny story though. We actually met Wapo Baby through Nini, one of our friends who does hair, nails. She does it all. But I knew
She works
me
at
and
Stay
him.
Sharp.
Yeah, at Stay Sharp Barbershop.
In Spring
And I
Valley.
knew me and that guy were gonna be friends because when I met him at 9 a.m, he was taking shots at Casamigos inside the barbershop, bumping his music.
But he was just straight cool. Like he came over,
Yeah, he's
he's
good
like,
people.
how's your morning going? Like, oh,
Take a shot.
you're with my girl Nini. Like, that's super cool. And then it went from like that to like, hey, listen to my new song. And we're like, all right. And he's just like bumping it. We're like, oh, that's cool. And then he just like stayed talking to us. Like he was just like, I don't know, like
I better cover this up while I chew.
like like someone genuine, like that didn't just go up to you and be like, oh, like I'm the shit, like listen to my CD, or you're gonna listen to this. It was like he actually had like a genuine conversation.
Yeah.
And when I hit him up, because yesterday was his birthday, I was like, hey, happy birthday. And then I was like, hey, let's do a collab photo shoot. He's all, no, let's do a collab music video. And I was like, all right. And then I had even said, hey, me and my husband met you at the barbershop. And he was like, oh shit, like I remember. But he has like over 200 and something friggin' thousand followers. Like normally people like him don't even give a shit about your comment. You're just another person in the inbox, and they like just bypass it. But he took time out of the day and was like, hey, this is my new song. This is what I want. Your models will be perfect. Like, let's work.
Hey, you really are slowly becoming like a real life Suge Knight cookie lion, huh?
Why?
Which one's Cookie Line?
She's
I don't watch TV, guys.
the lady from Empire who runs the
Never watched
record studio.
Never watched it.
I'm sure you did. It's like an old show. It's like they don't even. I don't even think.
But she just
The
got
one with Ghost?
No.
See, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Ghost either. I just
So
No,
in
Method Man
Empire,
is somebody we
she
know.
has like 3 sons that are musically talented, and her husband,
yeah.
I don't even know his name. Lucius Lyons is like the CEO of a record label, and she did like jail time or something. She comes out, she like basically tries to take over the company because they started it out together, but while she was locked up, he got like in a whole another relationship type thing. But like behind that, like she has a lot of people that like would fuck with her, so she started like bringing the label up like to where it wasn't before, I guess.
But nonetheless, she did get offered to manage a local rapper, and she's gonna meet with him on Saturday. Still, we won't say who yet, but she was just like, "Are you ready?" Look over.
No. Oh, Stephanie did.
Yeah, Stephanie
That's
did.
what, man, I didn't mean.
Oh no, Stephanie.
I said you're talking about the show.
My bad. My bad.
I thought it was the show.
No,
No, Stephanie did.
I
She
don't
was
know.
like, I'm gonna manage you, but if you don't listen,
I think like
you know what time it is.
I think over time, I don't know, just being around different people or
I feel like you're fucking,
hearing how people like.
you're out the show now. You don't even need us. Like you're
Well,
doing it.
I don't know. Just side conversations, I guess. I get alcohol
Oh,
break.
so you talk about my back.
No, but like,
Conversations.
like when we went to when we co-hosted that event with B2K or BK2 Barbie, she was very involved, like hands-on. Like she went to every vendor, like, hey, what can we do? Like, where do you want to set up? Like very accommodating, and like that's what you kind of have to be, like just like a host. You have to make sure everybody's good, everything's going good.
Yeah, it's true.
And since then, I guess, yeah, individually, I've talked to some like vendors, even Katie's Craven Katie's or something. Like she was like, if you have any other events, let me know. I'd love to come out, show support. But like, yeah, they're always like messaging me like, hey, you guys doing another event? And I'm like, oh no, not this time. I'll let you know.
I think it's hard as a vendor, like whether you're doing food, clothes, whatever you're doing, because like, you know, people host these shows or these street fairs or whatever it may be, and they charge so much to have a booth there, which I get. They gotta pay for permits and all the other stuff they gotta pay for in order to host an event of that size. Yeah, they charge a lot for vendor booths, and you know, sometimes these smaller booths or not as well known booths don't make that much money. And you know, some car events are like, you know, they're charging like $500 a booth. But if you're not selling that much worth to even break even, like, you know,
I think
yes, it is good. Some of the shows are good exposure, but I mean, that's a lot of money to dump into something. So when you have
100 for that, plus whatever your investment is for
you have to have merchandise and
or food
or whatever.
That has to be disposable, has to throw away
Yeah.
at some point.
And then, you know, these smaller events like car meets and stuff are easier or in a sense more worth it, I guess, because, you know, they're not asking for you to pay to have your vendor booth set up.
That's true.
You know as well as I do, the car community is very like, who's here right now that got food? I'll buy food from everybody, or whatever it may be, whether it's drinks or if they have stickers or, you know, there's a lot of different.
I don't think it's just car people,
stuff.
just people in general. It's always going to be a hit or miss. Like you're going to appeal to some people and not to others, and you're just going to deal with that regularly.
I don't think so.
I mean, we went to our first import type, like Sunday Overdrive. That's not our normal appealing type of people. Like
You know, I didn't buy any food there, and usually like I'll support vendors. I didn't buy any food there, but I also had to go to work, so it's not fair to say. But I was about to buy that lady's nachos.
They were actually.
Good.
If I was there,
I wanted the barbecue.
15 more
and I
minutes,
didn't get a
would've
chance.
bought the fucking nachos.
I didn't get a chance to
But
get
I
the
was already
barbecue.
running late.
But I do feel like it's hit or miss, and you kind of have to appeal to everybody. Like, you can't just stick to one thing.
The very first thing that came to my mind is that I can't remember a time where the three of us have ever tried to appeal to anybody but ourselves.
That is true.
Because, only not in a bad way, but because we know that if we've been to enough of these things, what will work and what will not work. And sometimes you're just like, you're looking at something and you're like, that seems like a good idea, but I've seen it a million times over and it never works.
I mean, half of the stuff that we sell, it's not something that I would personally wear. Not because it's not my taste or anything. It's just like that's not how I normally dress. Like, but that's what appeals to everyone, and it's cute. I'm just, you know, I don't like to show certain things.
Oh, yeah, I actually meant like placement of the vendors, or
That's true.
Where you're parking or how you're parking the cars sometimes. Because again, at import events, people will kind of always kind of diagonal their cars, no matter if the parking lines are straight. And I think it has a lot to do with visibility of the vehicles. So at least you'll be able to see the front tire and the front clip of each car. But again, at lowrider events, it's different. Where it's like, it's not about that. It's about making sure that everybody has the ability to see all sides of the car.
Yeah.
All sides of the car. And so it always seems like there's more of those guys than there are imports, but in 5 rows of imports compared to 5 rows of lowriders, it's got to be less than half of the cars, less than half. You know, and that's great. Sure. It's crazy, but again, going back to the vendors and stuff, and I didn't even think about that and how much they have to actually invest to pay. But I remember when we were talking about turning down some events because of how costly they were, and other ones that we were willing to invest because it seemed like it could be worth investment. And again, like with Instagram and boosting posts, is like the same thing, worth the investment. And I think that over time we're just learning that more exposure is good exposure, because it's like we're not doing anything that we're gonna regret later. We're literally just going through and having fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, right. It's like
100%.
There's no fucking malicious kind of like, oh, I'm gonna make sure this fool knows. Like, you know, nah. Like, I don't care who knows or what knows or what. I'll just post and tag and say, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that they're gonna do? It's not like retag.
Well, we were thinking when we did Nenes thing, we were thinking that we were gonna get the post taken down.
Honestly,
so far,
yeah, and
so far we haven't.
But again, it has to be because we had that pumpkin head on
We
there.
got a lot of good comments though. How amazing that shoot was.
But like, I was also looking at like maybe negative feedback because it might hit somebody in a spot that we might not think about, you know?
Yeah, I mean, with everything going on with the hostages in the Middle East, and with everything going on in the different states where they're sending in armed troops, there's a lot of different politics, but we don't consider that.
Yeah.
We consider that this girl, Nene, has a beautiful soul and heart. And she's like, this is something I want to do. And I'm like literally sitting there thinking like, okay, how can we do this? Let's fucking do this right. Let's plan it right. And then you have the opposite spectrum where we could have just did a shit show and it would have turned out horrible, but it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
I didn't like what I had to do to make that shot possible, but it made her smile, and that was worth it for me.
It was pretty tasteful. I mean, you know, I feel
it was uncomfortable.
But like, we didn't do it to offend people. Like, we did it.
No, absolutely not.
Halloween humor, you know, like something that she wanted.
Yeah, like fucking the villain finally gets the shit into the stick compared to like, you know, like he's causing all the destruction.
Yeah.
She finally got to say, you know, I'm facing my fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah. No, definitely. Just the laying out and everything was like pretty rough. It was funny. And I know she thanked me for that, but it was like, you know, it was her idea and it was her vision, and all we wanted, the three of us, and it's not just me, but all three of us just wanted to make sure that she knew that she's like appreciated and that we feel like her idea was awesome too.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that again, it goes right back to the same thing. And it's pretty cool that we have these podcasts and it's like, seems like so simplistic, but sometimes the simplest thing is the biggest thing for real people.
Because they each have individual, like, creativity, or they all want different things in this whole, like, modeling venture. We had briefly talked about it earlier today in the group message that we wanted to have a meeting because they have so many ideas. Like, every morning I wake up to all these different ideas of photo shoots or what they want to do with merch or who they want to collab with or whatever. And I'm like, okay, we need to sit down and talk about this because this is, like, a lot in one group message to like go over, because there's like messages coming in like one after another and it's hard to keep up. But
I really feel like some of these things can be done if they say today and they're willing to like do some of these things later on in the day, then it could be pretty quick. But I think sometimes we think to ourselves that's going to take a couple hours.
Yeah. And
but they come from so far away that like their total investment is an extra 2 hours on top of whatever time we think.
Yeah, and
so
life has just been like lifing for all of us lately. Like with us with our trip, you know, one of the models having a situation back home.
Shout out Hawaii.
But they all like had said that they want to invest more like in photo shoots and stuff, and that they want to go full force like after they handle their life right now.
Way to go, Nene, for unlocking the bolt and really turning the scale. And then all of us just saying, fuck it, let's go as far as we can.
Yeah, and they...
Because we would have never did that shit. Like, I hate to get dirty. I hate to get dirty. My son's the same way. And you know what? I just knew that I was like, I even told her, I was like, fuck it. Don't even worry about it. Like, because I always wear white shoes. If you know me, I always wear white shoes. But I told her, I was like, fuck it. Don't worry about it. It's just fucking shoes. Like, it's about like what we're trying to do. And it's just like, it seems so stupid. But again, the simple shit matters, dude.
Yeah,
it goes a long way. And these girls have gone a long way too. They have come a long way according to each of them and their stories and the podcasts. Are you okay, fool?
Yeah.
They complimented her too because they were like that she had
Don't
thought
do
it
that
all,
again.
like out. But I was like, she had been sending us inspiration pictures like throughout the week. Like she already had it planned.
Yeah.
And I was telling them it doesn't even matter how much money you have towards costumes or what your costume even looks like. You don't even have to have a costume.
No.
Like she literally just bought a dress and used different accessories,
A beautiful dress.
different
All of
props.
her outfits were beautiful.
Yeah, and like it was
Has
just,
a lot to do with Nene, but again, it's like, and I mean, like, because she could probably do anything because it's just like all of them, each one of the girls, all of them, like all of them, even when you think like the shot's not gonna go as good as you planned it. Like, I'll give you a great example. That fucking 16 de septiembre shoot where Kat got all of those like views. Like, I thought to myself, like, I looked at the scenery and I was like, because again, another day where I had to leave. But I was like looking at the scenery and I was just like, there's not even so much you can do with this. But then you looked at the photos and you were like, oh, that's
yeah, because it looks so basic. Like
yeah.
where are they gonna stand or whatever? But
But it came out hard.
yeah, she
Even the photos that I take, sometimes I trip out and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. It comes out good.
Dude, even well, I'm selfish, but in my mind, I was like, dude, I took way better pictures of her than these ones.
But they all.
But I mean, realistically, there just so many good pictures to choose from. That
Or they see different visions than what we see, because like Nene had already told me she had a handful of pictures that she had really liked and that stood out to her. And in my mind, I was like, I already scanned through all these pictures and I know which ones I'm gonna post. I don't like to do like 2 pictures per post because I like to spread it out.
Yeah.
Where they'll put like 5 pictures in a post, which is cool. But we picked totally different pictures.
That's cool.
And I seen like a different vision than what she did, or maybe I thought she looked good in a picture where she was like, I don't think I look that great, you just see different things. And I think that's
true.
how they are with like each other or like with the background, because I could think like, oh, this Dollar Tree freaking
But I think
pumpkin.
I think it's the same too when I'm taking photos and Frankie's taking photos, because sometimes my photos are the photos you guys end up using, and then this photo tells me, oh, that was your photo, or like I'm like, I didn't realize it was my photo because we were taking I was like right next to his shoulder. It's like both of us could have took the same photo.
Yeah.
But again, it's like that's just a photo that came out good, and it's just like the angle, the perspective, or whatever it was we were trying to capture ends up being like what we end up using. You need another one?
yeah, I think I do.
Everything's right there. The tequila's in the freezer.
Nonetheless, we had talked about
I was about to take this off. And I guess
well, we don't have to record this part.
that's I think everything that we could have possibly talked about. I know that we're getting kind of late here, and everybody has work and school tomorrow for the kids. I think the purpose of this episode today was just to kind of talk about the importance of the community and respecting the community. Not only that, but how networking can take you to the next level for us, specifically like what we've seen and what we've talked about. So it's like we don't want to lose those chances to network. So I'd hate to like work so hard to describe a venue that's coming up, and before we even have a chance, it's shut down, or to be announced for the address. That shit's so annoying. It's like we want to be able to kind of start doing these kind of events where we have good turnouts, whether it be imports, domestics, trucks, I don't care what it, off-roaders, it doesn't matter. We're just looking for more opportunities to get exposure. I think that's the biggest thing, and it's like that networking is because of you guys and everything that you guys do. So it's like, I know that we might not have the most followers, and we might not, I don't even think we care. I don't mean Stephanie don't care. But we definitely don't look at it. The only reason we're looking at fucking posting it to 1,000 is probably because of you. But it's like not a big deal for us. It's like one of the things that we just want is for the girls to get their light. You know, everybody just a little piece of light is there's enough to go around. So just giving everybody a little bit of opportunity. And if you guys feel like that's something that you want to do, I would encourage you guys to not ask how you can be an angel and just focus on just coming around. Hey, is there any way we can do a shoot? Because Frankie and I don't think would ever say no as much as we would say it's a matter of us figuring out when.
Yeah.
It's like when and how that looks like, because it's like we have enough respect for ourselves that we want to respect you, and it's just a matter of making sure that it all lines up. So if you do want to experience the other side of the camera and it not just be you figuring out how you take a selfie, we can help you with that. And it's just a matter of, again, networking. We do try to do everything we can to let people eat off of our pipeline, and I know that people do that for us as well. I do it at work all day long. I post and get repost, and then they post and I repost, and it's just all day long, an endless cycle of trying to just, again, get exposure and put ourselves out there and just show you guys who we are, because we're not everybody's cup of tea. But one thing that I will tell you is that we are the most consistent tea that you will ever get. It's like we're just who we are, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's refreshing,
Big fact.
and so it's a lot less stressful and it's a lot less worrisome when all we have to focus on is just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, thank you guys for your time. I know that Frankie has a saying to end the show, but we've all voted that we're not going to do that anymore. So
What is that?
huh? So now that we're not doing it, we're just going to end here.
Yeah. Ending.
Ending.
But big shout outs to our sponsors. Strictly Lit, tequila, cannabis, water now. Got the water right here. Motto's Munchies, big shout out to her. Me Stilo Hoops, big shout out to her. Cars and Cannabis, Stitch 5.0, all the other countless people who have helped us. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but definitely all the angels. Thank you guys for all the support and keeping us pushing. And even when we feel like, it's getting a little bit too much, you guys always keep us positive and keep us pushing. So thank you guys for that. And I think, did I forget anybody else?
No.
No, I think we're good. $2.
Thought we weren't going to do that no more.
He had to throw it in for the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Take it from me.